Today's January 27th, 2023. Up until today, the last week has had some pretty cold, chilly weather, but today was the first sunny day all week. So after showing some property earlier this morning, I decided to head over to Historic Van Buren to film a little video tour. Van Buren is one of the oldest cities in Arkansas, only about 7 miles north from Fort Smith, Arkansas. Local legend has it that the explorer, Hernando de Soto and his men, came through here and left one of their ranks behind in what is now Fairview Cemetery. The land was first settled in 1818 by Thomas Phillips, and for a time the community was known as Phillips Landing. Several years later, Phillips changed the name to Van Buren after his close friend, then Secretary of State Martin Van Buren, who eventually became President of the United States. The original courthouse was built in 1842. However, arsonists destroyed the Italianate-styled courthouse in 1877. Hey, this is Jill Varvel with the Dixiecast podcast, The Sound of the South. Today I am in downtown historic Van Buren, and presently I am in front of the Crawford County Courthouse. Downtown Van Buren, this historic district here, has 6 blocks of restaurants and all kinds of shops. And today I'm just going to take you for a little walk around just to see how cute it is and what it has to offer. Van Buren was incorporated in 1845, and at the time the town had a larger population than Fort Smith. Today, Van Buren has a population of just over 23,000. Today I'm going to walk down to the visitor center, take a trolley ride downtown, and end up at the courthouse, and then I'm going to head over to Arts on Main and take a tour inside. So I'm in front of the visitor center here in downtown Van Buren, and what better way to experience Van Buren and actually see the sights and sounds myself than to take a trolley. So I am privileged enough to have Lance from the visitor center who's going to take me on a trolley here in downtown Van Buren. I'm about to get on the trolley. I'm not going to be the only passenger today, evidently, but that's okay. Very accommodating. Look at this. Wow, this is fancy.
Main Street. This is, part of the historical district of Van Buren. Van Buren is an old town from this area, one of the oldest cities, and it starts around 1818. At the same time, Fort Smith gets started. Fort Smith, 1817, the government sets up a military outpost over there at Bell Point. Well, 1818, there's a family that puts in a business down here on the edge of the Arkansas River, and they have a wood yard. They cut firewood and they sell it or trade it to the riverboats that are starting to come up into this part of the country from Little Rock. And the last name of that family was Phillips. So originally this area was known as Phillips Landing. And what we're looking at in front of us right now down Main Street, all these old buildings, these are going to date from the 1880s up through the early 1900s. The town kind of represents a time in the history of after the arrival of the railroad. The first railroad comes into Van Buren in 1876. So once the railroads come in and get established here, it's kind of like an economic shot in the arm, for the economy here. You have a lot of growth that takes place on Main Street, and that's what you see nowadays. These are the buildings that have survived. But when we get down to the end of Main Street, where the courthouse is, that's the original part of town. That's the older part, and that's just a few blocks off of the river.
And that opera house, they feature plays and...
Yeah, they still do. They had one here just a couple, they had a production that was down here. I don't know if we have room. Tell you a little bit about the history. The building originally wasn't built as a theater. It was just a business. And the building dates back to about 1890. Well, 1898, somewhere in there, the gentleman by the name of King buys it, and he turns it into a theater. So he has to do a lot of work to it, and we'll drive around, and we can look at the back there where he had to have the stage on and stuff like that. So I think they probably started doing productions here about 1901, somewhere in there. Now, over the years, it eventually becomes a movie theater. When I was a young boy growing up here in Van Buren, I lived not too far from here, and this was the only place in town where you could go to movies. So we used to walk down here and go to movies here.
Hi, we are at Arts on Main today. My name's Coralee Young. I am the Community Relations Manager. Arts on Main is in Van Buren, Arkansas. We're all the way at the end of the street on Main Street. We are an arts education nonprofit and gallery. So let me show you around. We have 4 galleries. This one is our largest one. Right now we have a historical quilt show. These are all on loan from the Fort Smith Museum of History. And in Gallery B, which is this area towards the front here, this is our artist coalition. So that's basically our adult art club. So amateur artists in the area have kind of formed a team, and they exhibit here, and anyone's welcome to join the artist coalition. So in this gallery, we have a gentleman from Ghana. He is an artist named Eric Andre. You actually cannot enter until you are tested here. So you have to take your shoes off, and it will tell you green or red. And if you get green, you're welcome to walk through the exhibit. If you get red, you're not allowed. It's called The Systemic Punches. It's all about his experience immigrating into America. So very cool. And in here we have 2 artists. Bobby C. Martin is a Native American artist from Oklahoma. Actually, I'm not sure if he's from Oklahoma or Arkansas, but Bobby C. Martin is a Native American artist. These are his works along the walls here. And then in the center, we have Donna Donahoe, who is a fabric artist, and she weaves her own baskets. And we are moving right along. We have a bunch of classes that we offer here at Arts on Main. These galleries are free and open to the public anytime we're open. But otherwise, we have classes all the time. And we just opened this building in 2021, so we're fairly new. But the most exciting thing, I think, is the culinary studio. We have cooking classes in here. At least once a month right now. We're working it up to more. We have a culinary arts director. His name is Mike Murley. He went to the Culinary Institute in New York City, and he teaches the classes. We also have guest chefs from all around the area. We can do private dinners in here as well. So yeah. This building here is also part of Arts on Main. This is our pottery barn. So the right side of it is our pottery studio, and the left side of it is our multi-purpose room where we have, there's drains in the floor so we can do tie-dyeing and anything messy. We have our big classes in there like quilting. We have dance classes every Monday. And we also have our after-school kids program in there. So this is our pottery and ceramics studio. We have 10 wheels and an amazing ceramics manager. Stephanie teaches classes every Friday. We have a few other guest ceramic artists. Every Friday we have a throw and go class. It's $20. Just sign up on our website. You get to make 3 things on the wheel and you get to take them home. And over here is the multi-purpose space. We actually just started making this space available for rentals. So this space parties, wedding showers, anything you want to do. Like I said, there's drains in the floor, so we can get really messy in here. Okay, so now we're upstairs at Arts on Main. This building used to be an old boarding house. It was kind of dilapidated for many, many years. We used to be an old church across town, and we were called the Center for Art and Education prior to 2021. But now we have this big, beautiful building, and all of this is original structure. So this is original brick here. You can see where the old boarding rooms used to be. They're now all of our offices. So here we have the adult studio, and this is where all of the adult classes happen. We have live model figure drawing in here twice a week. That's what the stand you see is for. You know, ample easels, ample space for storage. You can bring your own supplies. We have a ton of supplies. Those cabinets are filled to the brim with acrylic paints and pastels and oils, anything you need. So this is our children's studio, and as you can see, we are under construction here. We have Long Wash Shoe here. He is creating this beautiful mural for us. He is actually a treasure of Arkansas. You can see his art all over the state, especially in Hot Springs. He's got multiple statues, including the one directly outside of the Arlington Hotel. Longwa will be back here downstairs exhibiting his own show in July. So, yeah, this is open and free to the public anytime we're open. And all the materials are available as well. We just built these yesterday. Those are going to be stands for our touchscreen interactive art. Okay, and here is our library. These books have been donated over the years. It is a massive collection. Anything you could ever want to know about art in the world of art is in here. This is also free and open to the public. We have meetings in here. Some groups have book clubs in here. We have classes in here. We have the Art of Looking, which is a free kind of art history course every second Wednesday of the month, and that meets in here as well. So these windows are closed, but when it's open, you can get the full view of Main Street, and that's really fun. So this is our patio area. I like to come out here and have lunch or, do work, but it's just a nice addition, we thought. We have some plein air painting classes out here every now and then. When the weather's nice, it's fun to come and do art.
Well, this concludes the end of our tour today here at Arts on Main in downtown Historic Van Buren. This was absolutely amazing. I can't recommend coming out here enough. This was so cool. Have you ever seen anything like this? So thank you again for joining me today at Dixiecast Podcast, The Sound of the South. We'll see you next time for another heaping helping of Southern comfort for your ears.